Hello and welcome to the Projector project. My name is Diederik. I am what's called a projector in human design. And in this video, we're going to talk about not so much what is human design, but more about what can it do for you. So this is the introductory video for anybody that is not familiar with human design. The human design system, shorthand, human design. I have been experimenting with human design since November of 2016, so it's been quite a while now. It's been over 8 years. I'm professionally trained in the use of the human design system for its career and business application, which means that I take the human design system language, which can be a little esoteric, and I translate it into things that are a little bit more tangible for the suit and tie environment, as it were, right? So for example, one of the big things that you'll know and learn right away about human design once you look into it a little more deeply. Now, if you don't, what human design does, so let's just jump in. What it does is that in practical terms, it gives you what we call a human design chart. All you need is your time, date, and place of birth. You put it in, you get a chart. What does it really do? What is that chart all about? Now, first of all, if you want to find out what you are, check the description, make yourself a chart, figure out what type you are. We're dealing with archetypes in this system, just like many of the assessment tools out there, like the Myers-Briggs, 16 personalities, the Enneagram, the DISC personalities as well. These are all assessments to help us figure out who we are and what drives us and how we can best function and operate. What the human design does, it tells you what your hardwired genetic needs are. How does your DNA want to express itself in the best way? To how you're meant to use your energy. It's all genetically coded. This is what the human design does to your type, for example. There are 4 foundational types in human design. It right away tells you how your energy works, how your nonverbal presence, you being present without saying anything, is perceived by others. How you're meant to communicate, how people are meant to communicate to you, what you're meant to share, what you're meant to speak about, how you make decisions. Very specific. Human design is very specific in that it's mechanical processes. What is your mechanical process for making decisions? There are 7 decision-making strategies in the human design. You have 1 in your design. You're a 1 type with 1 decision-making strategy. You have 1 role. There's 12 roles in human design. It tells you what your role is. In work, in business, it tells you what your life's work is about, the themes of your life's work. It tells you about your purpose and how to fulfill your purpose. It tells you about your wisdom. It also tells you about your challenges. It tells you where you're open to conditioning, or where you can be more consistent in knowing like this is who you are, this is how you operate. It tells you what your strengths are in business. It tells you what environment is right for you. Are you better as a solopreneur working on your own in your own space? Is it better for you to interact with other people, either directly or being in an office setting or a coffee shop or something? Do you work better in a small group or in a large organization? In a small group, what is your role? What is your job and what's not your job? Either as a business owner or an employee. It tells you how your mind is designed to operate and what it's designed to process, what information it's supposed to look at. It tells you how your body operates. It tells you so much about what it means to be healthy and aligned with who you came here to be. It tells you how you're meant to eat, what other environments are correct for you to live in. Just talked about work environments. Again, how you eat, how you're meant to eat. Right? I know that I'm meant to eat. I'm an indirect light. It's one of the 12 variables on how to eat. I know I'm meant to eat typically a larger meal at the end of the day. Never eat when I'm not hungry. Kind of graze and snack throughout the day. And like I said, leave the biggest meal for at night. Eat under low lighting. I know that's important for me. All these specific details. I've worked with hundreds of clients, and it's the same feedback every time. Wow. One, this sounds like me. It validates what I've experienced so far. It gives me a context to understand it. And now I feel more confident in being uniquely me because of my human design. So, human design can tell you a lot. it really, what it tells you in many ways is not just your strengths and how to leverage those, how you can best communicate with your partner in relationship. For example, are you designed for yes and no questions or for open questions? For me, it's open questions. Dude, what do you need right now? You can ask me that question. I'll come up with something. Something will come out of me, and that will be the answer. My partner, if I ask her, what do you need? She's like, I can't react to that. I can't respond to that because her strategy is to respond. That's her strategy. So I got to ask her specifically, well, do you have a need right now that's going unmet? Yes. Can you tell me what that is? Yes. Okay. Am I understanding you correctly that XYZ is your need? Yes. Is there anything I can do to help you meet that need now? Yes. Can you tell me what that is? Decision making. I'm meant to make decisions in the now, right away. I'm meant to trust them. Right now, right away. And it won't come again. And I don't understand why it's the right decision. I just know that's what I need to do. 46% of people in the world, no matter how they feel about the decision in the moment, they have to wait for clarity. They have to sit with it and see if they're excited about it right now. Are they still excited about it tomorrow? And if it's a big decision, are they still excited about it a week from now? And has that changed? You can see how specific everything is. There's 36 strengths, business strengths in the human design. Are those strengths conscious in you? Are they unconscious in you? You know, again, what is your role? There's 12 roles in human design. I know my role is to help people in a time of crisis. Those are the people that I will attract. I'm designed for people to see me as someone that can deliver practical solutions in a time of crisis based on research that I've done. Because I'm a 5-1, that's what it's called. That's my coding. Others, it could be the same thing. They're here to offer practical solutions to people in a time of crisis, but they're not meant to do it from research per se. They're meant to do it from lived experience, wisdom from experience. There's so many different nuances that come in, and one of the things I always say, it's not personal, it's mechanical, meaning you have a mechanical way that you're meant to operate. And yes, even though it's mechanical, when you take the vast complexity of this mechanical body and the way that the mind works, and that we are more than our thoughts and feelings, and that we're more than our body, that we are an awareness that perceives it all, we become a passenger to the mechanics, and we can see how the mechanics want to operate. And what human design is, if anything, it is a compass, and it's a map. The map is your chart. Your compass is what we call your strategy and authority, how you are meant to interact with people in the world and how you're meant to make decisions. This is what we always refer people back to, because in the end, you know your truth. You're the only one that knows your truth. The human design gives you the map and the compass to get there. So, if you're curious to hear more, go ahead and check the description or check the spaces around me here where I might put some videos about the different types just as a starter. The most important thing that you could learn right away is what type you are. That means a manifesting generator or generator, projector, a manifester, or a reflector. Now, these words, manifesting, there's a lot of words for people when I mentioned it the first time. There's a reason for these names. The most important thing is, what can it do for you? So I'll end the what can it do for you here. Check it out. And while you're still here, just quickly about the what it is. What it is, the human design is merging a system that merges ancient knowledge systems like the Chinese I Ching, which are the 64 themes of life, the archetypes of life, the chakra system, and understanding how energy works and the different functions of organs and energy centers in your body. The Kabbalah, which is like the tree of life, which is how energy wants to flow between these channels, between these centers, these chakras. And then astrology, which gives you the information about what the imprint was at your time of birth, your date of birth. And that's why the human design's input is time, date, and place of birth, because these are coordinates in all of time space. These are the coordinates where you are right now. And where the modern science comes in is that we talked about 64 themes of life through the Chinese I Ching, ancient Chinese I Ching. But we have the 64 codons of the DNA that codify how proteins are created and how hormones are produced and really how our body functions. So it's the merging of those 64 codons with the 64 themes of life, and through the astrology we get an idea of how they're activated in your body. And it's really your programming, your coding, right? Again, it influences how you're meant to operate. Because just because you have the theme of the 44, it's where it is in your chart that will tell you how it's meant to be used and how it's programmed to be used most efficiently. So what the human design does, to go back to what I said earlier, it's your genetic need, the needs of your body, the needs of your mind, maybe, and beyond that, to me, the needs of your soul. I believe that we're here for a reason. I believe that I chose to be here now. In fact, my opinion, my belief at the moment, my truth at the moment, truth changes, is that I chose to come here to work on specific themes and with a specific purpose in mind, and I chose my design because it gives me the highest probability of succeeding in whatever it is that I'm looking to experience and I'm looking to contribute in practical terms. So, again, what the human design is, it gives you a blueprint, a template, a genetic template, an energetic template, a template that shows you what your unique zone of genius is. That's what it does. And I find it fascinating. Again, having worked with hundreds of clients, the answer is always the same. Hey, this sounds like me. And some designs are so different that if I had given them another one just to mess with them, see if if this is not just confirmation bias. It very, very rarely happens, but I remember getting it wrong once. I just saw the chart wrong or something, and I was like, something ain't right here. Checked it, and yeah, wrong decision-making strategy. Makes a huge difference. So, this is what I find. Curious what resonates for those that have been using human design. I'd be curious what it's done for you so far. What you think the benefits are and potential limitations of human design. Where you're at in your human design journey. We always talk about the journey in human design because what it's really about in many ways is deconditioning. We understand through the human design where we are open to conditioning from parents, from our classmates when we were young, or our colleagues now. It's like, where are we open to conditioning? What is consistent in us that we can rely on? What is inconsistent that we cannot rely on? And that's liberating. It's not personal, it's mechanical. Right? So, with that, I will leave you, my friends. Again, if you're new, check out the other videos, the other types. Check out the description below for more information. And I'll see you on the next one. Ciao, guys. And if you are new to the Projector project, there's a bunch of videos on all kinds of aspects about particularly being a projector, but a lot of the aspects I talk about might not be just for projectors. Guilt motivation, for example, or being a quad right, if you know what that means. Any type can be a quad right. So these are things that could relate to you. So go ahead and check out the library of videos. If there's something that you would like to know more about, go ahead and post it in the comment. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, guys.